our staff. Leah, our creative content, she does this stuff by hand. It's really impressive. Yeah. That is not my, nope, not my wheelhouse.
All right, we'll go ahead and start the post-game press conference. We'll ask questions for players first, get them out for the post-game press conference, our autographs, and then we'll take questions for Shea. Go ahead and open up.
All right. Are you doing a statement? Not.
You want me to? I think let's just get them out because they have to go to autographs. So then we can talk later.
Okay. Yeah, Jordyn, I'm curious, you've really improved on your three-point shooting this year. So how has that kind of come about for you, especially after the injury?
I had 400, 500 days. So, I mean, the last time that I played, obviously, I know my weaknesses. I knew I wasn't the best shooter ever or even a good one at all. But, I wanted to focus on that as I was coming back. So as soon as I got the chance, or even when I wasn't, I was form shooting a lot. And then when I got the chance to, actually jump and shoot and that kind of thing, I put a lot of time and effort into it. So I'm glad that it's actually showing up in the games this year.
Yeah. Having been on a lot of teams that had losing records even this early in the season, what has it been like to get to that 10-1?
Awesome. It's awesome.
It really is. Yeah.
There's not much more I can say. It's awesome.
Yeah, Sacha, what did you see from Camille today?
Just growth. She's really hard on herself, but we're always trying to pick her up, and she just showed growth today, showed maturity, showed poise, and I'm really proud of her.
Yeah, what was the key to that second quarter run that you went on against Lipscomb?
Just telling ourselves we really need to hone in and get some stops and then run out and do what we do best and work together.
Mm-hmm.
I want to add to that. I think we as a team, we play for more than just ourselves. Mm-hmm. Freshmen went down, and obviously things are bigger than, just one person. So me personally, it was like, okay, now I'm upset. So now I need to turn it up a notch. And I just feel like we play like that because we're a family and we look out for each other, and that's just kind of what we do here. So.
For sure.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
Come on, Sacha.
Keep that? Yeah.
Didn't want rock and roll. Biggest personality in the locker room. Two of them actually right there. How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Do you have an update on what happened to Madison Green?
Yeah, she has. I think it's obviously it's a lower leg injury. We don't know exactly what it is. I'm hopeful that it's not serious, but honestly, it doesn't sound great. So I think we're just going to wait and make sure that we get all the diagnostic imaging and testing done before I say anything, to what's happening. But obviously, it's when a kid goes down like that, and you see their reaction, you hear from the trainer. It's probably not going to be good news. We just need to know what we're working with. And I think the team felt that too. And this isn't, unfortunately, this isn't our first rodeo with this kind of thing. I think in the end, I'm hopeful that we have some veterans on our team that can kind of help the younger guys guide them through what could be, a tough next couple of weeks, or maybe not as tough as we think. But we just try to control what we can control. And I know I sound like a broken record sometimes. We have no control over that. This is sports. That kind of stuff happens all the time. You can't prevent it. Let me be here and tell you, I had 5 ACLs. You can't prevent them. If there was hard work that could do it, I would have figured it out, and I didn't. And always in life, it's about how you respond. So one of the things I was really proud of when that happened, we had some kids come in off the bench that don't play a lot of minutes, not consistently, that come to practice every day and work their butts off, and they contributed it. And they were a big reason why we went on that 24-6 run. They brought energy, they brought effort, they were smiling and having a good time. And at that moment, that's what we needed most. So I'm really proud of my team because that was truly a team effort today.
Mm-hmm. What was your adjustment that you made after Madison went out?
It wasn't really, it was really just trying to find a group of 5 people that were going to give me the effort I was looking for. And I don't care who it is, and they know it. Like, if you're not going to bring effort, you can sit right next to the rest of my staff because you're doing just about as much as they are during the game. So in the end, it's just finding a group of people on the court together that are working well, that can give us that engine that we need on the defensive end that kind of opens things up for us offensively. I'm also looking for players, especially my younger players, to respond differently when shots aren't falling. When things aren't going exactly smoothly on offense, then it's time for us to figure out, hey, what's the next option? What's the next cut I can make? What's the next screen I can make? How can I be a better teammate in that moment and not be sad that I'm not making shots? That's growth for any basketball team, for any player. But if you want to be a great team, that's usually what separates like average and good from great. You just have a bunch of people who are out there to make sure the team wins. It's not about you. And I think what we found today was that we did find groups of people at different times throughout the game who stepped up and made positive impacts and contributed. And I think, to me, like Sacha and Jordyn said, that's huge growth after a slow start, which is, to be expected on a 10-day break.
What type of growth have you seen from Camille so far this season?
I think for her, what I've seen is that she hasn't given up. And she's not getting what she wants. She's not playing 30 minutes a game. I don't leave her out there through 2 and 3 mistakes. And I've challenged her with making sure that she consistently practices harder. And, for Camille, a lot of what's happened in her short basketball career, she's only been playing for like 4 years. Everything has come super easy for her. What I think she's finding out about herself is that she's much more resilient, that she's much more capable than she's given herself credit for, but that she has to learn how to work hard. And it's a lot different than it is at Perry High School when you come to Vanderbilt and you're in the SEC and everybody out on the court is either a really good basketball player, a really smart basketball player, or bigger and more athletic than you. So the growth that she's had has been more mental than physical. You can clearly see Camille is physically gifted. But for her to become the player that I think she's going to become here, it's going to be about her mental growth. And today was a really, really, really good step forward for her.
What are the biggest things that you still want to see your team do better as SEC play is getting closer? Rebound.
So they had 14 offensive rebounds. They took a lot of threes, too. So those rebounds can be a little wonky at times. But our rebounding needs to be better. We need to have larger margins where when we play teams that aren't as big and as athletic as we are, we need to crush them on the boards, number one. Number two, I'd like to see our offense be executed a little bit more smoothly to where when we get open shots, not only are we, making them more than we're missing, but we're getting second and third shots. That kind of goes back to rebounding. These are technical things. If I had to say it overall, I would say consistency. So one of the things right now that I'm not worried, but I'd like to see improve is that we play like this. We have quarters where we're like, okay, for 4 minutes, we are just struggling. And then for 4 minutes, we're great. And then for 4 minutes, we're struggling. When you're playing in our conference, if you struggle for 4 minutes, you could be down 20 before you know what happened. And that cannot happen. We've got to figure that out before we get to those moments. And I know that we will. But I'm not telling you anything different, Aria, than I tell them every day. This has been plaguing us every day since the beginning of the season. So if we can string together more consistent moments, quarters, minutes from players, then we're getting better. And that's why I think it's important when we talk about these players that come in today and had consistent effort. To me, that's growth, and that'll help our team. But right now, I'm hoping that over the next couple days, we kind of shook the cobwebs off today. The next couple days, we'll continue to focus on being able to do that. And then Wednesday, we'll put together longer periods of time where you see a consistently hardworking, efforting, positive attitude, executing team.
Obviously, given that you guys have to play an SEC schedule, how big is it to really stack up these wins early in the non-conference like you have?
It's big. And in order for us to get to the NCAA tournament and to be competitive in the SEC, we need to win. We need to win. So we scheduled some really good mid-major teams because I knew they would challenge us, and we need to make sure that we meet that challenge and grow from it. And so as we move forward in the next, we have 3 games before we go into the conference play. It's important that I don't care who we're playing. I never do. I don't care who the opponent in that locker room. I don't care who's the next person on the schedule. I want us to continue to get better. Because we're going to open our eyes one morning and it's going to be LSU, South Carolina, Alabama, boom, 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 you know. And these are games that we need to be competitive in. And I want our players going in thinking we can win. Because in order for us to reach our goal for this year, we need to win more than we don't in our conference. They know that, I know that, and the process of that is every single day. It's not when game day comes. So every single day we're focused on becoming a better team, maximizing our full potential. Because at the end of the day, what I don't want is for us to go out to these games and for me to come in here and say, today we lost. I want to come in and say, you know what? Today they had to beat us. They were just better than we were today. I want my teams to be known and my program to be known for fighting. That we won't lose. We may get beat, but we're not going to lose. We're going to fight till the very end, and we're continuing to work on making sure that that's the case for us the rest of the year.
All right, Coach. Thank you for your
Thank you.
time.
Thank you.
For the win.